Chapter 1, First Bell, First Bite, when my mate looked me dead and said, nah. The guy who watched me get rejected last night is standing on my fire escape again. East doesn't knock. He never did. He just rests one hand on the rusted rail, like my window belongs to him and waits. Inside my room, the air still smells like sweat and cheap soap, and something burned into my skin that won't fade. The broken crescent mark under my collarbone aches slow and deep, like it's still figuring out what it is now. Last night didn't end clean. Jackson Hale stood in front of the whole Ridgway pack and rejected me. Alpha Marcus stripped my protection in the same breath. And then a no-pack wolf named East showed up outside my window like my life had just switched tracks without asking. That's where everything stopped. Right there. I push the window up before he can tap. You stalking me now, I whisper. He glances past my shoulder into the dark room. Your light's off. So you're awake. That answer shouldn't make sense. It does. I step back to give him space. He climbs in without touching me, drops quiet onto the floor like gravity treats him different. Same black hoodie. Same dark jeans. Same face that doesn't advertise what he's thinking. Up close, I can see the thin scar along his jaw again. I didn't imagine it last night. You said tonight wasn't safe, I say. He nods once. It still is. My phone lights up on my bed. A message banner slides across the screen before I can stop it. Brandon, you got lucky yesterday. East's eyes flick to the phone. Then back to me. You didn't block him. Didn't know his number. He exhales through his nose. Short. Controlled. They're moving faster than I thought. I cross my arms. Not defensive. Holding myself together. It's school in 6 hours. Yeah. He doesn't say anything else. Which tells me this has nothing to do with school. I lean back against my desk. The wood presses into my hip. What do you want, East? He doesn't answer right away. He never rushes. Walk with me. Where? Not Ridgway. That word lands heavy. Because I still live on the edge of its map. Because my brother still sleeps down the hall. Because everything I know sits on the wrong side of that invisible line. I've got class. He tilts his head slightly. You're an Omega with no protection and a visible break mark. Class isn't your problem today. I hate how calm he makes it sound. Like a weather report. You're not my pack, I say. No. You're not my alpha. No. So why should I listen to you? His eyes lock on mine. Not soft. Not cold. Certain. Because I watched how fast Ridgway decided you were disposable. My jaw tightens. Not anger. Truth. A soft knock hits my door. Mateo's voice comes through the wood. Ray. East doesn't move. Doesn't hide. Just waits. I open the door enough to see my brother's face. His hair sticks up on one side. Sleep still clings to him. You okay? He asks. Yeah. It comes out steady. He glances past me. His eyes land on East. They widen. A little. Not scared. Curious. Who's that? A friend. It's the first time I use that word about him. It doesn't feel fake. East lifts 2 fingers in a lazy half wave. Mateo stares. Then, Mom would freak. That almost makes me laugh. Go back to bed. He hesitates. Then nods. The door clicks shut again. The quiet comes back. Different now. Sharper. You shouldn't bring strangers into your house, East says quietly. You came in. A corner of his mouth lifts. Barely. Fair. I grab my hoodie from the chair. Slip it on. Cover the broken crescent. Not because I'm ashamed. Because I don't want it leading anyone straight to my throat. We walk, I say. We don't drive, we don't go far. He nods. Already moving. We don't use the front door. Fire escape. Same way he came. The metal rattles softly when I step down. The street below is quiet. Too quiet. The kind that listens. We head toward the dead zone. The part of town Ridgway stopped pretending belonged to anyone. East keeps half a step ahead of me. Not guiding. Screening. You follow me now, I ask. I map exits. That's not an answer. It is where I come from. The streetlights thin out after the third block. Windows go dark. Boarded. Spray-painted warnings overlap pack tags that don't mean anything anymore. This isn't neutral, I say. No, he agrees. That's why it works. We stop in front of an old laundromat. Broken sign. Faded cartoon bubble letters. The windows are covered from the inside. Paper. Cardboard. Something layered thick. You bringing me to do laundry. He pushes the door. It opens. Inside, the smell hits first. Dust. Oil. Old soap. Metal. The machines are gone. Stripped out. In their place. People. Not many. 5. All different. All wrong in the same way. No pack marks. No Ridgway scent. No clean, polished edges. A tall girl with shaved sides looks up from tightening tape around her knuckles. A skinny guy sits on a folding chair cleaning, something sharp and silver. A dark-haired boy leans against the wall, arms crossed, eyes already on me. Every head turns. Not hostile. Assessing. East steps in front of me without blocking my view. Raven, he says to the room. He doesn't introduce me as Omega. Doesn't mention Ridgway. Doesn't mention rejection. Just my name. The shave-side girl snorts. That's her. That's her, East confirms. The dark-haired boy pushes off the wall. You sure? East doesn't look at him. Yes. I shift my weight. Nice to meet you too. The boy smirks. Got teeth. Sometimes. He seems to like that. The girl wipes her hands on her jeans and walks over. Up close, I can see a scar cutting through her eyebrow. Not delicate. Not pretty. Real. I'm Lita, she says. Raven. She glances at my collar. The edge of the broken mark shows. Her expression changes. Not pity. Recognition. You still standing? Yeah. She nods. That's it. Approval done. The skinny guy sets his tool down. Ridgway send her. East answers for me. No. The boy snorts again. Good. I finally look at East. What is this place? He studies the room. The people. The patched floor. The half-dead lights. A buffer. Between what? Packs and ghosts. That doesn't clear anything up. It doesn't feel like a lie either. You said walk with me, I tell him. You didn't say bring me to a den of stray wolves. Lita laughs. Stray, nah. She taps the tape on her fists. We're intentional. The dark-haired boy tilts his head. You're Ridgway's rejected mate, right? The word hits. Mate. Still. Different now. I don't dodge it. Yes. His eyes narrow. Alpha's son. Jackson Hale. The room shifts. Small. Subtle. But it moves. Damn, the skinny guy mutters. Lita whistles under her breath. That's messy. I don't respond. I didn't come here to unpack my trauma for strangers with sharp things. East steps beside me again. You stay an hour, he says. Watch. Watch what? How fast people stop treating you like a story. I fold my arms. Cryptic is getting old. He almost smiles. Almost. The hour isn't training. Not fighting. Not speeches. It's quieter. We sit. We watch. People come in. 2 more loners. One with a busted lip. One limping. They talk low. Trade information. Routes. Which streets got claimed overnight? Which betas from which packs started prowling new edges? Ridgway's name comes up more than once. So does mine. Not with sympathy. With curiosity. With caution. They kicked out an Omega that fast, someone says. They must be worried about something bigger than her, someone else replies. That part sticks. After a while, East leans close. They'll test you today. I don't pretend I don't know who he means. How? School, street, either. Why me? His voice drops. Because broken bonds make unpredictable wolves. My mouth tightens. They didn't break me. His eyes meet mine. I know. That lands deeper than anything else he's said. When we step back outside, the sky is already thinning. Not sunrise. Pre-light. That quiet blue before the city wakes up loud again. You can't hide here, I tell him. I don't plan to. What happens when Ridgway comes looking? He doesn't hesitate. They won't come for me. For me, I correct. He nods. Yes. I stop walking. He stops too. Turns. You brought me here to see I'm not alone. Yes. And so, when you decide what you're going to do next, you understand what your options actually look like. The street is empty, but it doesn't feel lonely. Not the way my room did last night. What are my options? I ask. East watches my face. Not the mark. Not my hands. Me. Stay inside Ridgway's shadow and let them keep setting the rules. Or learn how to stop waiting for permission. The choice opens wide and ugly and real in front of me. School. Mateo. The street. The lot. The betas. Jackson's empty eyes. Alpha Marcus's voice cutting me loose. And this place. These people. This other edge of the world nobody ever showed me. When do I have to decide? I ask. East steps back, gives me space, gives me control. By the time they make their next move. My phone buzzes again in my pocket. I don't need to check it. I already know who it's from.